guys, welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. It is Monday, February 20th. We are in the Chick-fil-A studios. We got a stack show. Let's just jump right into this one. This one's a good one. So they're all good, but this one's really good. So let's get going. Young lady, welcome to the show. And for those that don't know who you are, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with.
My name is Heidi Taylor, and I'm a senior company dancer with Victoria Ballet Theater.
Outstanding. And I know you don't need an introduction, but let's go ahead and give you one anyway. For those that don't know you, ma'am.
Yes. I'm Brenda Talley. I'm the executive director of Victoria Ballet Theater.
Well, we are excited to have you both. You guys have a big show coming up, Alice in Wonderland, and we are blessed enough to have the lead in here. You get to play Alice. Wow, that has to be fun. This is coming up March 4th and 5th here at the Leo J. Welder Center. What's it like to play Miss Alice? And that's a big show, Alice in Wonderland. What's well, let's back up a little bit.
Okay.
How long have you been doing dance?
I started when I was 3.
Wow, so this is not a new adventure for you, huh?
No.
Or you had to work your way up the ladder to get to Alice in Wonderland. How's it going?
It's been super fun. It's a lot of acting, which I'm not really used to, but it's been so fun.
And it's really neat. You guys, you tell a story through music and dancing and all. And I know I sound like a total boy trying to explain this. But I really think it's spectacular because this is a big deal for you all. And this is one of your big shows. And I know it's a ton of rehearsal and a ton of hours put into this. How's it going so far?
It's going great. This is our first time to do Alice in Wonderland, and it's the first time I'm creating a brand new full-length ballet. So we have not done it before. It's all new choreography and music and sets and costumes. So it's been fun. It's been a really exciting collaboration of a lot of talent here in Victoria to put it together. And the dancers, the costumers, I have projections, and I have a creative director and a dramaturg, and so it's been fun.
So you actually create all the dance steps and
Yes.
the moves and the choreography and all that. That's all out of right here for you, huh?
Yes,
That's
but with a lot of
spectacular.
help.
Oh, and yeah, and I'll tell you, as
Yes.
somebody that likes to pretend every now and then
Yes.
that do theater stuff, like that's a spectacular point because you can have this grand vision, but then
Yes.
everybody's got to pull it off.
They
and
do.
And it's a lot of work. And how many hours you putting in? Tons of hours of rehearsal on this?
The rehearsals have been long, yes.
But it's worth it in the end, I bet, when you finally do that curtain call
Yeah.
and get to do it. And to play Alice, no pressure in that one at all. Like you're only the lead. But no, talk to me a little bit about it. Do you like that character? Is it something you've never played Alice, so how do you enjoy it?
It's really fun. I've been watching, I've tried to take inspiration from the other, Alice in Wonderlands, and all the other girls have made it super easy, like the Queen of Hearts and all the other characters. It's, really easy to, feed off their energy and kind of portray that.
Roughly how long is this show?
About, I want to say an hour and a half without intermission. The score is an hour and a half.
Gotcha. And this, again, is Saturday. You guys sold out yet?
Close.
That's why we wanted to get
Not
you on
sold
early
out.
because
We
I knew
definitely
it was
want to
coming,
sell.
and I wanted to
No.
get you on when people would
There are
see this and
tickets to
still have a
buy. There are
chance
tickets to
get
buy.
on.
And if you're bringing kids, the Sunday matinee is at 2.
Okay.
But before the Sunday matinee, we have a free event for kids in the Welder Center lobby.
Wonderful.
Where there will be crafts and characters and fun things to do.
This is something, you probably saw these shows as a younger child and wanted to it's probably pretty neat for the young kids to get to see the older kids and the adults pull off these shows and get to meet you all and do all that. That's really neat. And before we get into the tickets, though, I do want to address, there is a scam site that's going around that has hit you guys pretty good, hit Theater Victoria, where people can go on and buy tickets for the show. But it's not Theater Victoria. It's not
Right.
Victoria Ballet Theater.
Correct.
It's a straight up, and it was like events tickets or something like
Right.
that.
Right.
They do not purchase tickets through those
No.
sites. They go right to you guys to purchase tickets.
Right.
That's correct?
Yes, either follow the link on our website, which is victoriaballet.org, or directly on the Leo J. Welder Center website.
Anything outside those two sites, either yours or
Yes.
Leo J. Welder, is
Right.
not legit.
And our site will direct you to the Leo J. Welder website.
Right, so if
Leo
you're
J.
not
Welder
on one of
Center,
those,
no,
you're done.
you're
Okay, good. Well, I know people have been paying, and you guys are not selling $400, $500
Absolutely
tickets.
not, no.
I mean, it'd probably be pretty cool, but
she's worth it, but no.
I totally agree, but we don't do that here in Victoria
Yes,
yet, and so do not, if you're paying for a $400 or $500 ticket, it is not legit. You are not getting front row, backstage passes, any of that kind of stuff.
No.
Good. Well, where can they go one more time to get legit tickets?
Legit tickets. They can get them at the Welder Center box office downtown at 214 North Main. They can call the box office at 570-TKTS or 8587, or they can go to our website at www.victoriaballet.org.
What am I forgetting to tell them about the show? Besides how awesome it is, and how many numbers do you have? Roughly that you have to come out and perform?
She's on stage the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Go do that. That's awesome. That's awesome. So you
It's
just
fun.
stack. Roughly how many people are in the show?
Probably around 40. We have our whole company, and we have a couple of guests. We have Kyle Hoschke from Austin, who used to dance with Victoria Ballet Theater and now dances with the company in Austin. And Brett Jones from Theater Victoria fame will be with us as the Alice's father and the King of Hearts. We got a lot of new things for us. We have some large sets and a lot of projections that we're going to be working with, and huge, fantastical costume pieces. We're really trying to push the magic.
Well, but I appreciate that. Instead of staying stagnant and not growing, you guys are always looking to improve. And for those that haven't seen it, we did do a Meet Victoria on the Ballet Theater, and it was a ton of fun. I have a lot of respect for you because I can't do what you do. I tried.
you.
I was awful at it, and even with great instruction. I mean,
You did well,
well, thank you.
but we kept him on the bar.
Yeah, I needed it. I probably needed 2 bars. It was really rough, but that was a long way of saying I really respect what you all are doing. I know it's a ton of work, and it's you don't just show up and look awesome. You put hours and hours and hours into it, and there's a lot of stress that comes with it. But as a community, we are very grateful because without you volunteering and without you doing this, we don't have something spectacular to go see. And so thank both of you for taking the time to do that and to return your community with some art and culture. And we appreciate it because this is awesome. And I'm really proud of you for this. And I know you're going to go out and just do outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, it is March 4th, March 5th at the Leo J. Welder Center. Saturday the 4th at 7:30. The Sunday show is at 2 o'clock. You can get tickets at victoriaballet.org or 570-TKTS. Anything else?
No, come out.
Well, we need to. And again, I've seen your pictures all over. You look spectacular. Great job.
Thank
I'm really
you.
excited for you guys. I know you're going to nail it. Let's take a quick break for one of our sponsors and we'll be right back, guys. I love the taste of the holidays. And when I'm in the mood for a warm-up, I order a cup full of cozy chicken tortilla soup. It's hearty, spicy, and creamy. These holiday menu items are only available for a limited time. Good thing I already ordered mine on my Chick-fil-A app through team member delivery.
What's up, guys? John from the Chopping Block. Today I'm going to go over how to air fry a steak. Steak from the Chopping Block. Got a prime Denver. Tops to be smoking. Get your air fryer. Set it to 450. Air fry. Gonna make it a meal. Throw in a couple bourbon sugar sweet potatoes. Gonna go about 5 minutes. Give it a flip. Give it the flippy flip. Ding, fries it done. Ding, fries it done. That's how you air fry a steak.
Awesome. Looks like my Chick-fil-A delivery has arrived. Guys, I'm gonna dig into this, but don't forget this is only available for a limited time, so get yours ordered today. All right, guys, we are back. I'm really excited for this next segment because this one is personal to me because I am finally involved in another Theater Victoria production. I always have them on here. I always get super excited. I always brag on them. But there's a reason because they're good at what they do. I love performing with them. I love being a part of them. And I actually got lucky enough to sneak my way somehow into one of these shows. But before I get ahead of myself, my friend, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you're here with.
Sure. So I'm Patrick McLaughlin, and I'm here with Theater Victoria.
Outstanding. Young lady.
I'm Ashley Mozisek, also here with Theater Victoria, and I'm in the show with Caleb.
Yes, and before we go any further, I want to say thank you to you both. You have both dedicated enormous parts of your life to having to be stuck with me and deal with me trying to do things and trying to pretend to act and all these things. And neither one of you have punched me yet or thrown me through a wall yet. And so I'm very grateful, but I'm very blessed because I want you both to know how much I truly enjoy it. Like it's such a process to come in there and have something in a book, and then you get to bring it to life. And what's even more special about this one is you wrote it.
Yeah.
And you wrote a spectacular script.
Oh, thank you.
When I first read that, I was like, this is different. And this is cool, and this is fun, and I really wanted to be a part of it, and I just feel so lucky that I get to. And then I've never gotten to work with Ashley before. She's spectacular. She puts her whole heart into things. Miss Emma, who's not here with us, but she is also just all over this. How many shows have you done with Theater Victoria?
I think this is my 5th.
Okay. But you also, that's your 5th time on stage, but you also do tech, and you help in the background.
Yeah.
And so you wear all sorts of different hats up there, but this particular one is you get to take the stage, and there's only 3 of us out there for this show. Mm-hmm. This one is also different because it's not a normal Theater Victoria production where it's 2 or 3 acts and a big curtain call and all of that. This is what's called TEXFEST 2023. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Sure. So TEXFEST, it's a program that is done by Theater Network of Texas. They used to be called Texas Nonprofit Theater Association. Okay. And this is a competition that they run for community theaters all over the state. And it's also associated with a national organization called the American Association for Community Theater. And it's not like a regular Theater Victoria show. There won't be an intermission. It's a 1-act show. It has to be cut down to 60 minutes or less, which we did. And like you said, since I wrote it, that was easy for us to do.
Yes, sir.
But it's actually being adjudicated and judged. There will be 3 judges that they're bringing in from across the country to watch. There are going to be 7 shows that are performed this entire week at the Leo J. Welder Center. So immediately after we perform, we'll go sit down in the front, and the 3 judges will come out and talk to us and give us a critique. And at the end of the week, if we're lucky enough, we'll advance and get to go to the next level in Little Rock, Arkansas.
And I know you've been involved in theater and playwriting for a long time. Roughly, how many shows do you think you've performed in Theater Victoria over the years?
Oh gosh, so I did my first show as crew in 1992. So
wow.
I probably 30, 35-ish. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I know
like performing in them, but I've also, designed lighting and sound and directed and so.
Which of all those hats that you wear, do you have a favorite, or is it just kind of depends on the day, the meet?
It's kind of a tie. It's kind of a tie between the playwriting part of it and directing part of it, because I kind of like to be the puppet master. Mm-hmm. Not that I have control issues. I'm just saying. I like to be the puppet master and be in control.
But that's a role that not everybody can do, because the director and yourself, and when you guys are sitting over there, it's one of the things that's so captivating to me is, her and I will read some lines on a page, and you guys are like, wait a minute, if she was standing here and she was turned this way, and you create a whole environment, you create the storytelling behind it. Oftentimes as actors or somebody like me that wants to pretend they can act, they'll walk in and I'm going to play it this way. I've created this whole thing in my head of this character is going to do this. And then about 2 minutes into her talking or you talk, you're like, nope, that is not, I didn't have that correct at all. And it changes directions completely. And then right there on the fly, you change. And it's just, by the time you get to the end result from the first day you walk in there to do a read-through to the time it takes the stage, it's almost a completely different show than what the actors or probably everybody had in their minds walking in. And what was the most unique of this to me is getting to do it with you, the guy that wrote the show. I've only done a handful of these things, but I've never gotten to be with the author of it. And one of my favorite things, actually, I don't know about you, but was when we got to go sit in there with you and have you just tell us all about these characters and what you were thinking and the backstories and all that kind of stuff. And it really fills those characters out, and it helps to bring them to life. And because there's the struggle of, I'm not playing Caleb, I'm playing Jessie.
Yeah.
And she's not, Ashley's one of the sweetest young ladies I've ever met. And her character can have a salty side, and that can be a stretch for her. If you're not normally good at being mean to somebody, it's not easy to just go out there and be mean to somebody, And so, Ashley, what's been your biggest takeaway so far from this one?
This one is one of the hardest roles I've ever played. I mostly tend to stick to musicals just because I grew up singing. I got it from my dad and everything, and so those are more comfortable for me. I feel like it's sometimes easier to learn music than it is to learn 60 pages of lines. But yeah, like you said, this one's been really, the character is unlike anything I've ever played, and she is written very, very cool and interesting, and she goes to places that are.
Well, I'll tell you, you take her to those places, because when you hit those things, you do a spectacular job, and you bring that character to life. And I'm really excited for everybody to get to see your talented writing and the way you bring these characters, yourself, Emma. We're so blessed to have the cast and crew. Miss Sam that helps us, Michael directing. We're very blessed. But this thing is going to be fun, and it is this Wednesday, 8 o'clock at Theater Victoria. Tickets are what, $10?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. And where can they go to get those?
So they're gonna have to get those actually at the door day of.
Okay.
Theater Network of Texas will actually be there selling them. This is one of the only instances where we're not selling them in our regular box office at the Welder Center.
I got you.
They're doing all of that. So
if they're not seeing to purchase tickets online, that doesn't mean we're sold out.
Doesn't mean we're sold out.
They can't come. You just have to come on site and buy it at the door.
Just get them at the door. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, again, guys, if we didn't have other guests, I would seriously keep this going because it really is truly, and I'll say it now before I go out there and get anything thrown at me, it really is my honor to work with both of you. We've got to be actors in a couple shows before, and it was always fun, but I'm very blessed and I feel honored to do your work and what you've written. And the show is called Threesome, and it's an original playwright by you, and it's spectacular.
Thank you.
It's what would you call a psycho thriller? What would you call it?
I would just call it a thriller.
A thriller. That's a fair enough. I was wondering how to explain that to somebody. A thriller.
A lot of heightened drama, and just when you think you know what's happened, you realize you don't.
Yep. And it's and you're right. This one was one of the hardest that I've ever done too. But it's for all the right reasons.
Yes.
And it's just I'm very excited. I'm nervous, but in a good kind of way. Like I'm excited to show the work that we've been putting together because this has consumed 6 weeks or so of our lives. And I'm sure you guys have people to thank. I just want to thank my wife because she's been a single mom for the last 6 weeks while we do this. And when I'm not at rehearsal, I'm at rehearsal at home trying to learn these lines. And so I owe the wifey a big thanks there. Anything I'm forgetting before I let you guys go?
No, just, I'm very thankful personally to Theater Victoria for taking a chance on the show and for the work you guys have been doing on it. For me as the playwright to see your work come to life, that's kind of the ultimate thing. And I couldn't ask for better than you guys. You're doing an amazing job, and I'm excited to see the final product in a few days.
Well, thank you. And truth be told, we feed off of that because there's a different kind of nerve and pressure that comes when you're sitting in front of the author doing his work. But there's also, when we see you smile or we hit something that you wanted hit and we do it correctly, like there's a different pride that comes with that. But dude, this is the guy that wrote it, and we nailed it. And so there's pride that comes with that. And so again, we're very grateful, and you did good work. And so thank you. Miss Ashley, thank you so much for all you've done the last 6 weeks, being spectacular to work with. I think that's it. Guys, we'll take a quick break for our sponsor. We'll be right back with the next guest.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that says something about who Wallach & Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
All right, guys, we are back again with another guest. I'm excited for this one, as I am for every single guest, but young lady, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you were here with.
Well, I am Linda Palmer, and I'm the Executive Director for the Gabriel Project of the Crossroads.
Yes, ma'am, and for those that may not know, what exactly is the Gabriel Project?
Well, the Gabriel Project actually started 20 years ago. We're in our 21st year, and it started with assisting women that were in crisis pregnancies. So we have volunteers that work with those moms that are identified and really just journey with them through their pregnancy and then follow them for a time after the baby arrives. And we don't have all the answers, but if we can get the answers for them, we'll get them. If not, then we are a support system for them.
And a lot of times I would argue that that's exactly what's needed is people may feel overwhelmed or not know which direction to turn or feel alone. And so to have that support network, I can just imagine is very helpful to them.
Well, it is, and we are, obviously we're a pro-life organization,
Yes,
a
ma'am.
Christian organization, so to be able to help women that maybe are contemplating not keeping their baby or not giving it up for adoption, but to just end its life, it's an amazing, rewarding opportunity to work with these moms.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience that had it not been for something like this, I wouldn't be here because my dad was adopted. And my grandparents weren't able to conceive, and I guess technically they're not even my real grandparents, even though they always will be to me because they may not have been blessed enough to have their own children, but they were so kind that they went out and adopted both my dad and my uncle from two separate families, and had it not been for that, I wouldn't even be here, and then I wouldn't have my son and all of these things. And so I will say thank you from somebody who has been personally affected by this and had a chance at life because somebody gave my dad an opportunity at life. And so thank you. Your mission, it does not go unnoticed, and there's people here today because of things just like this, and I'm one of them. And so thank you for that. And
thank you for sharing
that. Kind of hit me right in the feelers. I didn't mean for it to, but my grandparents were good people, and they wanted to love children, and they weren't able to, and so they adopted, and because of that, I'm here. And so I feel very blessed. But you guys initially came on here because you had a great event coming on. Let's talk. I butchered. Let's taco about babies, and it was and this was going to be this Thursday at Club Westerner. But right before we got to filming, you guys have sold out already.
We have sold out. What a wonderful problem.
It really is. I mean, that's a great problem to have, and it sounds like the board worked very hard. Everybody worked very hard to pull off a successful event, and to sell this thing out is just really good.
We do. We have an amazing committee of women that are, many of them are former board members, but they believe in what we do, and they're good at what they do. Best problem in the world.
Yes, ma'am.
It's still, we love the Club Westerner. It's an awesome venue, but in reality, I don't know. We may need to look at a bigger place.
Well, I'm sure they would understand because that's a great, like you said, that's a great problem to have, and you guys are touching lives. So while this one is sold out and they can't make this one, you guys are still in need of volunteers and donations, correct?
We are, because 2 years ago I butchered that. We added the Bethlehem Maternity Home. So that is a place where moms that have a crisis living situation that are pregnant can come and actually live at the home. It's not a shelter, it's their home. They live there, they have their babies, they're welcome to stay 6 months, a year, whatever it is for them to get on their feet. They work on their GED or they find a job, whatever their situation calls for. So we need volunteers that are willing to do the background check and have a safety training course to babysit sometimes, so those moms can either go to work or they can take their GED classes. And we're always in need of women. And who doesn't want to come hold babies?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness, yes. So that, and then volunteers to work with the moms on the other side of the program, the mother-baby, because those women have stable living conditions. But we still need women to work with them. We need men. We call those our Michael angels. Their washing machines break down, or their furnace goes out or whatever. Their car breaks down. So we are developing the Michaels to go with the female angels to help these moms out with some things that maybe they wouldn't have money to have fixed or whatever.
Oh, that's outstanding. Yeah. So how can they, if they want to talk about volunteering or learn a little bit more, how can they reach out and find out these things from you guys?
The very easiest thing is to go to our website. It's all on there, and that's
the VictoriaGabrielProject.org?
That is it.
Yes, ma'am. So VictoriaGabrielProject.org. They can reach out to you guys there, ask for more information, talk about volunteering, all that good stuff.
Yes, and we actually have the volunteer form is right on the website.
Makes it nice and
fill
easy.
A nice short form, fill it out, hit send, comes to me. I contact you, find out what you want to do, and we'll get you hooked up.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much for helping, deliver a pro-life message out there and let people know that there are options. And, and so thank you for that. Guys, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
I'm David Murphy with Chick-fil-A Victoria. Chick-fil-A made its debut in Victoria, Texas way back in 1980 with our first restaurant in Victoria Mall. 20 years later, our first freestanding location opened at Whispering Creek. Fast forward another 20 years and our licensed location opened inside the UHV University Commons. Next is our biggest endeavor yet, a massive new restaurant taking up an entire city block on Rio Grande. When it opens, we will have grown our Chick-fil-A Victoria family from 20 team members back in 1980 to more than 250 dedicated and caring people who are proud to serve our guests and community by building lasting relationships and creating unforgettable experiences. It is our pleasure to serve you, Victoria.
All right, guys, we are back. Young lady, for those that don't know you, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with.
Hi, I would love to. I'm Paige Winter. I'm our creative director here at Thrivefuel Digital Marketing, and I wanted to come on and tell you about an event that we have coming up on Tuesday. Our CEO, Jason Holmes, is going to be talking about AI and how that plays into your marketing strategy. And this is an event that we're putting on with the help of Innovation Collective. Shout out Carissa Winters. Thank you very much for having us. And we're going to be doing all kind of fun giveaways, a trip to Cabo. So I know we all need that. So.
Absolutely. Can I enter this
Yeah.
thing? Or is it for everybody else?
Yeah, come on.
And for those that don't know, Thrivefuel Digital Marketing, that's who produces this show, helps us get out the marketing on all this show. And you guys are just that. You're a digital marketing company in a quickly changing field. And that's why this deal that Jason's doing with Innovation Collective is so cool, because he's going to address a lot of those changes in the industry and AI and all of these different things that come with just a rapidly changing field. Like I thought I understood this like this much until I walked into Thrivefuel and saw what you guys do, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to leave it to you guys. You're the professionals. This is what you guys do, because I have no idea how this stuff works. And if you're trying to figure out your own marketing, that's why it's not going anywhere. That's what they do. So Tuesday, the 21st, 6 to 8, the Innovation Collective, he will be giving the presentation that day. Again, kind of learning about an ever-changing landscape of digital marketing and all that comes with it, and where we're really going with the future and chat AI. Did I get all that right?
You got it. You got it. Absolutely.
Well, you do a great job. You all do a great job. We appreciate your hard work. And yeah, make sure you get out there and check out Jason Holmes. He's the fearless CEO of Thrivefuel. That he's really just staying ahead of this curve and wanting to make sure that we bring that technology to Victoria. So yeah, you don't want to miss this. Anything I'm forgetting?
The location is at 120 South Main, and it's on the second floor.
Outstanding. That's downtown Victoria. Guys, we'll be right back with the middle of the week. All right, guys, we are back with our middle of the week, and we got a special guest with us this time. As always, it's the chopping block, but we got an extra special chopping block employee here this week. Young man, what is your name, please?
Bernie Tyrna.
Bernard, man, I am so glad you are here. And my man, for those that don't know you,
John Turner from the chopping block.
And what have well, actually, let me do the setup here. This week, guys, on Thursday, February 23rd, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the chopping block, we are going to be feeding first responders. So if you are a first responder in Victoria and you haven't heard about it already, come by the chopping block this week on Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and we're going to feed you. Shaw Realty is doing this, Wallach and Volk is doing this, Becca's Bakes, AJ's Detailing, Thrivefuel, and of course the chopping block. And so today, for our middle of the week, he's bringing in what we are going to be feeding the heroes and first responders this week. So my brother, after that long introduction, I got out of the wind. So what do we got right here? Talk to me.
Threw a pork butt on last night at about 6 p.m. Let it go till 8 a.m. this morning. So got about 14 hours on smoke. Season it with a new seasoning that's coming out in the next week or so, called Pop Sweet Heat. So
I say we just jump right into this
let's
thing.
Man.
Let's watch the magic happen. I bet it's a tough job having to live around this all the time and eat this delicious food, isn't it?
You want to get
I can see you drooling already, big man. I don't blame you. I am too. If I drool on your shoulder, I apologize.
You want to get your bun?
Here, let's get these buns ready. What do you say? Here, let's take them out here. Boom, boom. I'm not as good at this as he is. Look at this. Look at this. Boy. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna need this here, man. Get you all tucked in, ready to go here. Boom. I should probably do that, huh? I got a microphone on, though. All right, dude. You wanna get one of these here, me and you? Do we toast them or anything? You gonna toast with me? Boom. All right, let's do this. Oh, golly.
There's a reason the middle of the week is my favorite segment. Guys, if you haven't been to the chopping block, go to the chopping block. It's outstanding. If you're a first responder, make sure you get by and come see us this Thursday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the chopping block. Thanks to everybody that's contributed. Thanks to you guys. Tell them we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.